Charles Handy, an Irish philosopher and management thinker, developed one of the most influential models of organizational culture in his book, Gods of Management. Handy believed that the culture of an organization, its values, norms, and ways of working, has a powerful influence on performance, employee experience, and how decisions are made. To explain this, he used 4 Greek gods as metaphors, each representing a distinct type of culture that organizations can adopt. The first is the power culture, symbolized by Zeus, the king of the gods. In this type of organization, power is concentrated at the center, often in the hands of a single leader or a very small group. Decisions are made quickly because they do not require consultation or lengthy procedures. This culture is common in small entrepreneurial businesses or family-owned firms, where the founder's influence shapes almost every aspect of operations. The advantage of this approach is speed and decisiveness. However, it can also lead to inconsistency and a lack of transparency, particularly if employees feel excluded from decision-making. For people managers, it means staff often look upwards for direction, and motivation depends heavily on the leader's style. The second is the role culture, represented by Apollo, the god of logic and order. In this culture, clearly defined roles, rules, and procedures dominate. Authority is tied to a person's position in the hierarchy rather than to their personality or expertise. This culture is typical of large organizations, such as government departments or multinational corporations, where stability, predictability, and efficiency are prioritized. Role cultures can provide security and clarity for employees, as expectations are well defined. However, they can also lead to rigidity, with innovation stifled by bureaucracy. People managers in this environment often need to focus on compliance, consistency, and managing performance through established procedures. The third type is the task culture, symbolized by Athena, the goddess of wisdom and skill. Here, the emphasis is on getting the job done, usually through teamwork, problem-solving, and collaboration. Power lies with those who have the knowledge and expertise to deliver results, rather than with formal job titles. This culture works well in project-based organizations, consultancy firms, or research and development teams, where flexibility and creativity are vital. The strength of this approach is its ability to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. For managers, the challenge is ensuring that teams have the right mix of skills and that expertise is recognized and rewarded fairly. The final culture is the person culture, represented by Dionysus, the god of individuality and self-expression. In this type of organization, the individual is the central point, and the structure exists to serve the needs of its members. This is rare in mainstream business, but it can be found in professional partnerships such as law firms, accountancy practices, or groups of consultants and creative professionals. The benefit is that individuals feel highly valued and autonomous. However, the drawback is that it can be difficult to align everyone towards common goals. In people management terms, success depends on balancing independence with collaboration and ensuring that the organization still delivers value to its clients or customers. Handy's model is not about saying that one culture is better than another. Instead, it provides a framework for understanding the dominant cultural style within an organization. Many businesses have a blend of these cultures, but one will usually dominate. The key for leaders and people managers is to recognize the prevailing culture and understand both its strengths and its limitations. For example, a startup company may begin with a strong power culture under the influence of its founder, but as it grows, it may shift towards a role culture to cope with the complexity of managing more employees. Equally, an organization working in a fast-changing sector might favor a task culture to remain agile and innovative. In each case, recognizing the type of culture helps managers adapt their approach to motivating staff, managing performance, and shaping organizational strategy. For those studying people management at Level 5, Handy's model is particularly important because it links directly to organizational behavior, leadership, and HR practice. Understanding culture enables managers to design policies and practices that fit with the way the organization operates, and also to identify when cultural change might be needed to achieve strategic goals. In conclusion, Charles Handy's 4 types of organizational culture, power, role, task, and person, offer us a valuable lens through which to understand workplace dynamics. Each culture has its benefits and drawbacks, and each requires different approaches to people management. By learning to identify the dominant culture, managers can make more informed decisions about how to lead, motivate, and develop their teams, ensuring that people practices are aligned with organizational values and strategy.